This will only take a minute.
This will only take a minute, Major.
Who's flying the plane?
I'm sorry, this will only take a minute.
It'll only take a minute, I promise.
Because gay people.
This will take me about a minute.
This will take a minute, Bruce.
Could you please just give me a minute?
Like, I hate stop signs.
I know you gotta get to work. This will only take a couple minutes, please.
I don't think we talked enough about Matthew Perry last episode.
Welcome back to This'll Only Take a Minute with your host, Silas Stern.
Oh,
hello.
American Idol. This will only take a minute. You know, anytime I think I don't have it, we press record and I'm making everyone laugh, you know? And I think you guys are nice enough to indulge me. I appreciate that.
Sorry, I'm a little jitsy. This just made that word up.
Is that a slur?
Sounds like a slur.
It sounds like you called someone a jit, and now you're arrested.
Is jit bad?
Sounds.
It sounds bad.
Whoa. You said you've got nothing. You're dressed like Mr. Rogers. That's something. Elaborate.
It's Tuesday.
Is that what he does?
No.
Oh.
But it's whatever. Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I'm not allowed to dress up on Tuesdays
Is
now.
today Tuesday?
I don't even know what day of the week it is.
I've never even heard of the Beatles.
I
watch all the episodes.
That's a callback.
Mom.
I've been sick.
I feel like we all have been.
Yeah. I guess it was
Something's going around.
I guess
I
it's
got
my
it
fault.
from both of you.
You know what's funny?
Yep.
Didn't someone... Oh, you do? Okay.
That's why we have this show.
Someone said, like you said, oh, I'm sick, and someone said, oh, that's going around.
Yeah, my dad.
Yeah, okay, yeah. The common cold. It's been going around since what? 1448?
That's what I'm saying. I called my
Harrison's dad?
folks. I called my dad the other day. I said, Dad, I'm sick. And he's in Pennsylvania and I'm in Utah. I said, Dad, I'm sick. He goes, it's not irrelevant. Because he said, yeah, that's going around.
Oh!
What? From Pennsylvania to Utah?
I never even thought of that. Oh my god. When you told
He
me
goes,
that,
yeah, your uncle's sick. I'm like, in Ohio.
write that down.
Right in the mic.
Write that down. That's funny. You've been sick.
Yeah, it was not fun.
Let's just. You think any of us had COVID?
I just said this tastes like water, as if it was like, oh, good, beer is good again. But I'm like, it just tastes like nothing.
What does it smell like? Just give him a second. Real sniff real and good into it.
I can smell it. I mean, I had a burrito.
He didn't say what it smelled like.
It smells like
piss.
Metal. I had a burrito and hot sauce yesterday, and it definitely burned me.
In your bowels. Or your mouth hole. That's an interesting. So, like, if you had COVID and you went on hot ones, could you just eat them all and it wouldn't matter? Or do you still feel the pain?
You would feel it in your stomach.
Right, but
your stomach will be.
But what about the mouth? Like, just because you can't taste it doesn't mean you can't feel the pain of the hotness.
I don't know.
So people tested that with COVID. Like, they were eating crazy stuff.
Oh, yeah,
But COVID's fake, so I guess those videos are
have
fake?
you had a ghost pepper or like a Carolina Reaper?
No, I do not do spicy very well.
I did one once just as like a joke. There's a video on Tyler Funk, famous guy, on YouTube of
Can we
me
get
and
him
him.
here on the pod?
Probably. There's a video of me and him eating ghost peppers, and it was scary for the video because your mouth burns. But then that night, not to get graphic here, but I was just in the bathroom, and it's like you could just feel every single twist and turn it makes down your stomach.
Is there a part of you that thinks like
the worst?
Is there a part of you that thinks it's never gonna go away? This is my life now.
Yeah, it's like every time I get too drunk, I'm just like, well, I'm gonna die. I'm dead.
I actually.
The last time I got drunk, I need to call my mom.
So speaking of sick, when I get sick, and it's been like a week, I do think like I guess I could live the rest of my life with a fever.
So I feel every time I get the hiccups, because I think of that one guy who got the hiccups forever, and every time I get them, I'm like,
that's terrible.
These are never going away.
I could.
They always do, and I forget they even.
So here's what you do. This is foolproof. You breathe in, then you hold it for 10 seconds, and then you breathe in more. Then you hold it for 10 more seconds, or until you can't do it anymore. Gone. You're welcome, world. It works every single time. Even
Except
if you
for that guy.
Well, even if has he tried that? What's that guy's name? He died of hiccups.
He's dead. His name was Hiccups McGee.
They named the hiccup
back in
after
the days, back in the day when
Hiccups
you would just
McGee.
give him like a goofy name like that.
Well, that sounds like someone who was playing at the Improv in 1980.
No, his real name. That's Hiccups over there.
Hiccups McGee. He just crushed it at the Improv. Anyway, you still haven't explained your outfit.
It's just an outfit.
I think I've worn blue in every single episode. Because I've looked at all the thumbnails and I'm like, wait a second, that's a repeat thumbnail. No, it's not. I'm just wearing the same exact shirt.
That's funny. I know I'm running out of outfits. I'm trying to.
But there's still one in the bag.
Like this.
That we're not going to talk about
the
until another year.
The reason I'm dressed like this is so that the audience can watch an episode, and it's not just like
see that we support
a black T-shirt.
gay people.
No, it's not funny. It's not just like a black T-shirt, blue long sleeve. It's something unique. So like when something exciting happens, they go, "Oh, that's the episode where like Harrison was wearing that sweater and the tie," and they can see the thumbnail and go, "There's the episode." And they don't have to remember everything because you'll remember.
The episode where they created a new slur is the episode where he was
Jitsi. Yeah. So if you wear something, and not that it's up to me, but if you wear something unique in every episode, then it's easier to remember. Like, oh, that's when that happened.
What are you gonna do about that?
Why is everything revenge with you?
How have you been?
I've just been working my ass off. That's about it.
This guy. It's a
family show, Silas.
This guy.
You're the one making up slurs.
Because I don't want to say the real one on air.
Should we cut that? You've been working your ass off?
Yeah, there's a golf tournament.
Oh, this guy's a golfer.
I was there for
not on mic.
10 hours.
Okay.
So I was just beat.
Any of your coworkers watch the show?
I haven't told them.
So maybe. I mean, so that doesn't
just by happenstance.
That doesn't mean that happened to me one time. Well, not me, my cousin. So
okay,
he was on my channel. Let me finish. So, where was I going with that? Oh, she was on my channel back in the day when we watched something. I don't know, Indiana Jones. I made an Indiana Jones video. It's since been wiped off the face of the earth, or Back to the Future, maybe something. Had like 3,000 views, and he was at Wegmans. Or Wise. And someone said, I know you from something. The cashier. He's like, what? He's like, I saw like a video. You were watching like Back to the Future.
That is very weird. But that's a weird thing to like have watched and then recognize the guy.
Must have loved this. Hey, it's got some likes. It's not on the channel anymore.
No, not to say that like it's not a popular video, but unless that guy watched it 30 times, like I feel like if I just watched a video of a guy once, like how many Instagram reels I scroll through every day, if I saw a guy from an Instagram reel, hey, you're the guy who got his thumb bit off by a shark.
Yeah. I now think there's a chance he could have been lying to me, but that seems weird to lie about that.
I think a lot of people lie about a lot of things.
I used to be a compulsive liar, like to the point where it was like ridiculous. There's an infamous story about me lying.
Oh, is there? That'd be funny.
There's an infamous story about how I lied for no reason. So I was like 14, 15. And my cousin was like, did anyone feed Sammy, our dog? And I went, I did. I didn't. So Sammy, poor Sammy, went the whole day without eating food. They went to go fill up the dinner. The bowl was not where it was if she was already to have eaten.
It's just the bottom of it's just like carved away.
So she was like, where's Sammy's bowl? And she's like, didn't you put it down here to feed her? And I was like, I lied. And she was like, why? And I went, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, that's
It's
funny.
gone.
Your poor dog.
It's not my dog. But yeah, I felt terrible.
Even worse.
The second I did it,
You said it was your dog.
Did I?
It's back.
Did I?
No.
I don't think I did.
Maybe I'm the compulsive liar.
The second I said I fed the dog and she went, okay, and left the house, I went, shit. And also,
why didn't you just go feed the dog?
that's what I was about to say. I just looked at the dog and I went, don't say a word.
Yeah, what?
Don't say a word, Sammy.
You can make it one day, you fat bitch.
Yeah, and the dog was like, well, the bull's up there, you moron. But I digress. I used to lie a lot. I don't know why. I don't know. Anyway.
Why lie?
I told somebody I was a fourth Jonas brother, but that's like a classic thing. It was last week.
That's good.
No, it wasn't.
Oh. You
No, I was like,
yourself to
I was like
that
11 or something.
I went to... I had a busy day today. I was worried for this pod.
Didn't remember asking.
I'm talking to the audience.
Okay, sorry. Okay, go ahead.
I was worried for this pod coming off of like being trapped in my room for 3 days. I'm going to have nothing to talk about. I haven't done anything since we recorded.
What did you do in your room for 3 days?
Watch Sopranos.
And?
Drink orange juice.
And?
Take a shit.
And?
I did that in your room, but
Okay.
no. So I was like, I'm just nervous. I'm not gonna have anything to talk about. And then today, I've been trying to go to bed earlier and earlier, but it's not working because I've been resting because I'm sick. I've been resting all day, so it's like, okay, I'm laying in bed all day, and then 9 o'clock, I'm like, okay, I should probably try to get some shut eye. But I'm not tired. I've been laying down all day. Like, I'm not exhaused.
That's
Laying
why
down.
NyQuil was invented.
I know. I
Greatest
just.
invention.
By the way, wait. 2 days into his sickness, he goes, by the way, I'm going medicine free, all natural. The third day, he comes down. I go, you feel better? And he goes, no.
I kicked it in a day and a half.
Yeah.
Great. Now it's just stuff. Anyway, not to get into my whatever. As I was saying,
You thought you weren't going to have any stories.
Yes.
Alas, today.
Okay, so I've been trying to go to bed earlier. It hasn't really worked, but I went to bed at like 2 o'clock last night, and I woke up to a phone call at 7:45.
Ring.
And it says Utah blank. So I'm like, okay, it has to be a job because that's the only people that I've given my number to in Utah. And it's just like, hello? And he's like, and I'm like, I've got no fucking idea what this guy just said.
Keep in mind, remember what would I do in that situation? Remember what I said a couple weeks ago? Hang up.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so I just was like, this is he? And he's like, yeah, well, we have shifts starting Saturday. We usually go from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. It goes Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You'd come in for 3 days. You had 4 days off.
Did you know what job it was?
No,
for?
I knew he said it, but I was like, I have no idea what he's talking about. So he's like, is this good? I'm like, yeah, it's great. And then, as I've said before on the show, there's no service in this house. So
it's not true.
So he's like, I'm having trouble hearing you. I'm going to call you back. And he hangs up and he calls back and I answer the phone. I go, is this any better? He goes, no, this is Ben from Ben's Engineering. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's 8 a.m, dude. No one else is calling me. We were just on the phone 2 seconds ago. I thought that was funny. But then, so he's like, do you want to come in for an interview at 10? I was like, sure, whatever. And then he's like, I can't hear you. I'm like, yes. Anyway, so I was like, well, I'm not going back to bed. I haven't been up before 10 in like a month.
A year. Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
It's been a long time. But I was like, well, it's 8 o'clock. I'm not going to go back to sleep. So I woke up, drove over, did the interview. Don't know if I did.
Crushed it.
Crushed it. Didn't get the job offer.
Wasn't meant to be.
And then, and I was like, you know what? I've been putting off going to the DMV for too long.
Wow.
It's been a month. I wanted to change I wanted to get a new license. I wanted to get new license plates.
I want that too.
Re-register my car. It's easy. Well, decide for yourself after this. No, so in Utah.
Oh. Just every episode now we have.
Or wherever we
Alaska. Just in case they want to bomb
or at least in here, this town, whatever. Like, the driver's license center is separate from the DMV. I mean, it's in the same parking lot, but it's a separate building. So I went in, like when I looked up, what?
Did you go into the right place?
No, I went into the right place, but I scheduled an appointment just for the driver's license center, which I probably didn't need to do because there's only 4 people a day that need in there. So I had an appointment. I got right in. I ended up going in an hour early because I'm so bored that I was like, I'll just go to the DMV. And even if they make me sit there, it's better than sitting in my room all day.
Hey, man. So we could hang out.
I got to save it on these days. I got to save it on the days we record.
Okay.
So we hung out a little.
Yeah. No, go ahead. Anyway, so.
No, so I went in there. The first thing they do is, like, when you check in your appointment, the first thing they do is take your picture. Which I'm like,
were you dressed like that? Were you ready to go?
I was wearing a different sweater.
He wore a sweater.
And then right away they put me in line and blah, blah, blah. Okay, you want to do this. That's $50. And it's $50, by the way. And then...
it seems excessive.
Wait, did you get a new license plate today?
Yeah.
It's on your car?
Not yet. It's in my car.
Did you have it say like DD Rara 69?
No.
Oh, okay.
It
Mine's going to say.
It says Rodni's girl. No, that wasn't even funny. It
wasn't.
I'm just trying to think. Okay, so yeah, they tell you whatever. Yes, here's my passport. Here's my birth certificate. Here's my social security card.
Do you need a passport to get it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I did, but I didn't bring my birth certificate, so I gave him my passport.
I don't think I brought my birth certificate.
Right, brought it here, but I didn't bring it there.
I didn't bring anything like that.
Me neither.
But
I guess we're going to be Pennsylvanians forever.
And then they give you the Utah driving book, and you have to go retake your driver's exam.
No chance.
Yeah. So I was
like with a
no,
person?
not a driver's test, but you have to take
Like
the
the
question
permit
you did.
test.
Yeah, the permit test.
I think I'd fail.
But it's open book. But it was like.
Did you refer to the book
The entire time? Are you kidding?
You're like, I already have my license, but I'm going to use it.
It's hard. The one question the only one of 25 I got wrong.
You got one wrong.
It was no. Let's tell me the
Go
answer.
ahead.
Then.
Go ahead. Try me.
How fast is a head falling if you fall off your bike not moving? If a bicyclist is not moving and falls off his bike, how fast does his head hit the ground? That was the question.
What are the options?
8, 12, or 15
15 what?
miles per hour.
Wait, what?
Yeah, if a bicyclist is sitting still and you hit him with your car,
Oh,
or whatever, I guess, or knock him over. Maybe
First
hit him
of
with
all,
your car. That
8.
First of all,
8 would knock him over.
No.
I shouldn't have said hit with your car because that implies whatever the car speed is. I don't know. That was the question. It was if a guy falls off his bike, how fast does his head hit the ground?
I'm saying
Like,
15.
I don't know.
I'm saying 15. Just
No.
boom. I'm saying
said,
15.
I said 8.
And you got it wrong?
Yeah, I think it was 15.
Bop, bop, bop.
That's bullshit.
But I couldn't find it in the book. There's not because they have all the sections like, okay, what's this sign mean? And I'm like, I know that's a yield, but I might as well check to be sure. The last thing I need is to get that wrong. But there's no section in the book that's like, it's like, oh, signs or U-turn rules and
Or
all
head
that, but
falling
it's not like,
speed.
yeah, head falling speed. So I'm like, I went to the bicycle section. It didn't have anything. So I'm like, I don't know, 8. Wrong. But you only need, I don't know. I got one right. I got one wrong.
You can get 3 right or 3 wrong, right?
I don't know how it works in Utah. I don't know how it works for taking it again.
How many questions?
25.
Oh, I don't think there was that many for us. Wasn't there like 15?
I finished that test in like 5 seconds.
I remember being extremely nervous, but then I was like, okay.
You couldn't have the book, though. It was funny because, well, I mean, like when we took it in Pennsylvania, you couldn't have the book. But
Right.
someone came into the driver's license center and was like, my son's here to get his permit. Oh, he has to take the test. Oh, does he get to use the book? Oh, no, that's only for people that have already passed. And I'm like, I look like an idiot. I look like I got a DUI and I have to like get my driver's license back. I just wanted to stand up and be like, I'm from Pennsylvania. I just wanted to get a new license.
I think I was like, sure.
But I'm like, can't you honor the Pennsylvania? Here's my license. If I got pulled over, it's not like I give the cop my license and he's like,
and he goes,
yeah, like, well, he could do that, but he's like, oh, just to be sure.
I don't think he would kill you.
Just to be sure, give me a 25 question test.
Dollar bill. Oh.
No, I'm saying the cop wouldn't do that. They would see the license, go, yep, you're authorized to drive. And this is what pissed me off about the. Okay, so then.
Oh, I would have already been pissed.
I go to the DMV. I was just sorry, I left the part out, and that I went back up and was like, I'm all done. And they're like, okay, here's a paper version of what your license is going to be. It's going to be in the mail. So the picture they took when I walked in is just my license picture. I'm like, oh, that would have been good to know. I look like a drug dealer. So maybe I'll pop it up on the screen or something, and I'll show it to you. It's in my car. But I just look like...
Good thing I didn't take that drink.
So then I go over next door to the DMV, which I'm like, I'm glad I went early, because now... I don't actually have an appointment for this, so I'm just going to walk in and hope I can actually get in. And I don't even really know what I'm asking for. Like, I know I want a new license plate, but what is that? New registration? It is. It's a new registration, and you need to get a new title.
Oh, Jesus. I don't want to do any of this.
They tell you.
No, I'm never doing it.
So I was like, I got in, and they're like, do you have an appointment? I'm like, no. They're like, okay, that's fine. But appointments are prioritized, so like if they come in when their time's ready, they're going to get called up.
Even if you're like halfway through your session, they're like, hold on, stop.
So I was like number 43 and we were on like 38. And then I hear people going up that are doing what I'm doing, which is getting a new title and stuff. And the lady's like, oh, well, what's your mileage on your car? And I was like, shit, I didn't check that. So I was like, I hope I have enough time. And I ran outside and just turned my car on and checked it and ran back in. And then all of a sudden, everybody's coming in for their 4 o'clock,
oh, Jesus.
4:10 meeting. So like I was 4th in line. And then all of a sudden,
now you're 8.
Yeah. And then just every time I think I'm like, oh, now I'm only 5th. Another person comes in, I'm like, come on, you're driving me crazy. And then sitting, like, I wasn't on my phone.
Probably should have had an appointment.
Yeah. I went on my phone to check if I could just get an appointment while I was there. And that's how I knew, like, oh, shit, I need this stuff with my title. Because it made me go through and say, like, why are you here? And blah, blah, blah. I'd fill everything out as if I was making an actual appointment, because I was.
Yeah.
And it said everything I needed, and that's at least halfway through. I'm like, oh, great, I don't have any of this stuff because I didn't know I needed my title. But I didn't, like, I had my phone with me, but I was just staring at all the people, like, just trying to listen to what was going on. And yeah, the people that were showing up are just complete
whoa,
Mormons. Yeah. No, they, and obviously the people behind the counter are annoying, but I'm like, I guess I would get it, because if this is the people you're working with all day, like, she was just straight, like, anytime someone's like, oh, I'm changing my title, I didn't write down my mileage, she would just be like, well, you need that, and like laugh at them. I'm like, I don't know how you could laugh at them. I couldn't do that day one, but I'm sure after a while you'd just be like, you're an idiot. Yeah. Like, how do you not know what you're doing? So finally, after like an hour and a half, when I texted you guys, I was still just waiting, which I guess doesn't matter because I didn't tell you when I got there, but I was there for a while. And I get up and tell her everything I need, and it went fine. But the people next to me now, talking to another lady, another clerk, it's a mother, father, and a daughter. And they're like, excuse me, we want to give our daughter our Jeep. And the lady's like, okay, you'll need your title. That's all you need. The only thing you need is to change the title into her name.
Yeah.
And they're like, here you go. And they give her a printed out picture of the title. And she's like, no. Like, not even a copy. Just a picture on an iPhone printed out of the title.
Oh.
And she's like, no, I need the actual title.
Why don't they have it?
And they're like, well, we don't know where it is. And she's like, well, you're going to have to find it. Or you're going to have to get a new one sent to you.
And were they pissed?
They didn't seem pissed. I would have been pissed because even though it's their fault, like, that is a waste of time. And then she's like, well, and I was thinking in my head, I'm like, can't she pull it up? Like, what is the point of the DMV if not, like, aren't you in charge of that? But so she's like, let me see all your licenses. And then the daughter goes, oh, I didn't bring my license with me. I'm like, what you think? Like, that's literally the very least you could have brought.
Yeah.
Like, I know I brought my passport. Like, I could have just brought my birth certificate. Like, okay, it was just more convenient to tuck that in my pocket. Like, I'm not saying go above and beyond, bring every single thing. I get it. And sometimes they'll get it and go, you know what, I have a printer right here. I'll print out the form. But you don't have your license?
Yeah, that's insane behavior.
At the DMV.
Yeah, it's insane.
I thought that was very funny. But here's what I know, I'm rambling.
I love it.
Trust me, this is all I got.
I love it.
I'm out of stories because all I did for the rest of the day was
Sorry, we got side.
But then my confusion is needing to get a new title. I already took care of it. It's done. There was no problems with it. It's done. But I don't like that I had to do it. I understand getting a new registration because, like, okay, each state has their own license plates. Like, they're in charge of keeping a tab of who has cars in this state. But the title, all the title says is that I own the car. You know, the car's in Harrison Brinker's name and it's paid off. Who lives at blah, 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 blah. But, like, so I have one from Pennsylvania. And the thing that annoys me more is because it was in my parents' name until, like, right before I left to come here. Yeah. It got put in my name, like, the week before I left. And now I had to pay however much for that there. And now I'm a month into here and I have to do the same exact thing. Which, of course, I couldn't have done if it was still in my parents' name because then they would have come here, blah, blah, blah. It's just annoying. But I'm like, okay, that piece of paper that says Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, the title of this car, belongs to Harrison Brinker. And then Utah sees that and is like, yeah, we can't honor this. I'm like, why not? All it says is that I own the car. It's like, yeah, but now you're Utah Harrison Brinker. You're not Pennsylvania Harrison Brinker anymore. I'm like, what the hell's the difference? Nothing happened to the car.
And you said this to them?
I put on the podcast. I put on the fireplace in the background. I said, listen, lady. And I put on this red sweater. I said, now you got me mad.
You see this? Red? Look at me. Look at this. Look at me.
Blood red. So yeah, I guess that's the end of the rant. I can understand needing to change the registration, but to change the title just seems very useless to me. Like, why?
I mean, I feel like the world is littered with, like, you need a paper that says that these two are married. Why?
Because gay people. Before them.
I'd love to see where you're going.
Everything was fine. Just kidding.
You could have said so many things. No, I understand what you're saying. I'm the type of person to just sort of take it right up the tailpipe.
Hey, I took it. I mean, that's why I saved it for the show to be like, this is
Right.
how I really feel about it.
Right. It is a first world problem. You know, it is. Not saying, listen, problems are relative to the people that have them. You know who said that?
Johnny Depp.
Me. So that's that's interesting that you said that. I'm going to take it as a compliment. Is it pre or post trial, Johnny Depp? Probably right smack dab in the middle.
Probably both. To be like, it's what was the quote? See, it's I don't.
Problems are relative to the people that have them.
Oh, problems are relatives to the people who marry them.
Back to the marriage certificate. It's just unnecessary.
I agree.
Thoughts?
I mean, yeah, there's so much shit like that.
Well,
I hate stop signs that that are they don't need to be there. They're just if there's no one you're stopping for, you should be able to keep driving.
I agree with you on like a three-way intersection.
What?
A three-way.
You're anti-stop? You're anti-stop sign?
Hear me out, Rodney. On a three-way intersection.
Yeah.
if
Wait, hold
you're-
on. I haven't taken my test in a while. Let me think. Okay, got
Sorry,
it.
these are fresh in my brain. If the stem of the T is to your right,
Ooh.
you should never have to stop. If you're turning right, if you're turning right on a three-lane intersection,
Yeah. Yep.
you should never ever have to come to a stop.
But just to be clear, you're not anti-stop sign.
No.
You denounce anti-stop sign
he is.
people.
He is
Can you say it, sir? Do you denounce anti-stop sign people?
My grandfather was killed by a stop.
A stop sign.
I went out and I searched
Can
for
you
the dumb.
elaborate on your take?
I hunted the bastard.
Look, we grew up in a small
left the word
town
out.
where there's stop signs all over the place,
Mm-hmm.
and you're stopping, and you're not stopping for the sake of traffic flow because there's no one there. So it's a pointless stop. Like, that's the point of the stop
But I think
sign.
it's for idiots, though, isn't it? Like
No,
for
the
people
point
who
of the stop sign is for traffic.
right, but but those stop signs where there's usually nobody there. Once in a while there is, but usually there isn't. Aren't those stop signs for the idiots that would take advantage of something like that and say, "I can make it"? You know what I mean? But if there's a stop sign
What kind
there,
of world are we living in? You can't fucking take a left turn.
he didn't.
I
He
just
didn't
wanna
answer
see,
my
like,
question.
The lady whose son died in an accident. I mean, like, I don't know. I thought it was a good idea.
Anti-maskers. You heard of anti-maskers? How about anti-stop signers?
Well, that reminds me. Leaving the DMV, I thought
They
this
just
was
they
ironic.
spray them green and write go.
Leaving the DMV was a big parking lot, 2 exits, and I go out and turn left and just hear, and I was like, I didn't even look, and I almost got to crash.
It was a Mack truck. It was a train.
Yeah.
You were on train tracks.
I was like, how funny would that be if I just was like, oh, good, new start in my new car.
I'm crying.
Just got your license.
Yeah.
I will say, until we got to
Yeah.
state college, I always thought that after midnight or whatever, every light should just be blinking yellow.
They did.
Yeah.
They do that now. So, but I didn't know that prior to Penn State.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm smart because I said this should be a thing, and it already was.
Yeah,
Utah, I almost said the town we're in. It rhymes with pulp, pake, pity. The blinking yellow arrows.
Salt and take titties.
Don't what?
That's what it rhymes.
Pretty close to me now, Mr. Rogers neighborhood.
Steve
The blinking-
Rogers.
I'm Captain America.
Yeah, that's why you didn't get the part. Blinking yellow arrow. Never seen that before until we came here. I like it a lot.
I
But
do like it, but
it puts a lot of
do
pr-
anything.
It's the same as just a left arrow that goes away into a green light.
Right, but it goes into a red light and then immediately switches to yellow arrow. So it's like there's almost no red light ever. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like it's like be careful.
The only thing is, I'm a nervy driver. I'll admit, I get a little nervous when there's the blinking yellow and I'm waiting for my time to go, and then someone comes up behind me. I'm like, oh no, this guy's gonna be like, why didn't you go there? How about there? You could have squeezed in there.
That's why you got to get the Utah license plate.
Why?
Because he's like this fucking Pennsylvania moron.
We'll take it again. No, don't take it again.
Pennsylvania rodeo. lover.
No, I think if I had the Utah license plate, he'd be even more confused as to why I'm a bad driver. At least Pennsylvania, he's like,
don't Utah.
He won't be here long.
Don't Pennsylvania my Utah.
I'm an optimistic person.
Optimistic prime.
Do a little optimist for us.
Autobots. I'm gay.
There you go.
There has to be gay Autobots, right?
Autoerotica bots.
Ironside. I mean, come on, with a name like that, I don't even know what that means.
You should hear about Ironback.
So there were no sloths at the DMV. Sort of a Zootopia.
There was some goth girls, but no sloths.
It's in Zootopia.
Never saw it.
There's sloths at the DMV.
I've never seen it
It's
either.
a funny bit because it's like they're slow, you know?
Well, here's another thing about the DMV. Maybe I could go on all day.
Remember when he said he was done?
Hey, socialists.
Whoa, uh-oh.
Hey, socialists.
I mean, you're dressed like one. But
These are the people you want in charge of your life. The people where I go to the DMV and it takes me 4 hours to get in and out of it. And you go, hey, DMV, here's all my money. Do it, run my life. What? Hey, DMV, you know what you should be in charge of? Healthcare for everybody. Are you kidding me?
You lost me.
This is...
Go ahead. This is the story of a girl. Phyllis, what is it? Fell asleep and drowned the whole world.
That part will all be a close-up anyway.
Yeah, just like the whole episode.
Yeah. But no, just kidding. But let me get back into my
let's move on.
Heated argument.
Oh, okay, sorry. You said something about Bernie Sanders running the world?
The socialists
who run this mother burn
want the government to run everything. Hey, sounds great on paper. Have you
DMV
been
the
to
government?
the DMV before? Yeah, and the post office. Have you mailed anything recently?
Yeah, it's not
been
that bad.
To the DMV? Go to the DMV, buddy.
Okay, but the post office, I mean. It's not that bad.
Come on, you're talking to a FedEx driver. You're talking to a FedEx
I feel like you just kind of go in there and you say, send this, and they say, give me $10.
It gets there twice as fast. We mailed stuff from my house, here, Pennsylvania to here, got here in 4 days. Try that with the USPS. Don't even bother. I'll tell you what's going to happen. Not going to get there. It's going to get lost. It's going to get stolen. Your parents might not even see the next morning. I'm not going to lie to you.
Because they'll die.
They'll die.
It's return to sender. It's a bomb.
Maybe it's medicine. I don't know what the scenario is. I'm coming up with
I thought they were sending it to us.
My point is, Sonny lad.
Don't call me by my maiden name.
I just, yeah, whatever. That's the whole thing. I just don't know how anyone could see the
antisocial.
Could see the DMV and
that's
say
why I'm
that works great. Be in charge of healthcare. Be in charge of everything. DMV sucks. Everyone, it's a joke to everybody. Everyone's on the same page. Oh, DMV. Oh, let me guess. There's sloths down there. It's a Pixar joke about how shitty the DMV is.
Disney,
and
not
then
Pixar.
all of a sudden we want to take the DMV and say, "Run my life."
It's not a
anyway,
Pixar.
That's
not a Pixar movie.
I don't want to be political on this podcast.
Yeah, but you wore the brightest red sweater you could find.
Yeah, I'm Ken Bone, Mother Johnson.
I remember that.
He's a.
You said the F like 8 times already.
Yeah.
And then you just said Johnson.
At least I caught myself.
Why? Let it out. Go ahead.
8 times is enough for me.
I got something.
Because I don't give any more fucks.
I got
kind of cool.
I got something. I'm getting on a plane soon. Can we talk about planes for a second?
Like we didn't do it all.
Oh, we did. We did do that.
Just plain wrong.
Did we talk about how it's unnatural and that I think we shouldn't have done it?
No.
We shouldn't have invented planes. I feel like we're just pissing into God's face. Every time I get on a plane, I'm giving a middle finger to the higher power and saying,
I don't know. I think God is like, yeah, I put all that shit there. Nice job.
Oh, huh?
What did you say? Oh.
No, I think we weren't supposed to fly. And now the Wright brothers, I'll say it, saying this, the Wright brothers, were like, we're going to fly. And now we fly a lot. And it's just so cash. It's so cash, isn't it? The flight attendants are like, oh, here's your peanuts.
Safer than a car.
We're in that's facts. We're in the air. 5 million feet in the air. What is it? I don't know. And we're flying at speeds unprecedented. The pilots are not even doing anything. It's AI, right? It's autopilot, right? And they come out like...
I think pilots still do that.
No, the pilot and the co-pilot walk out and they're like, hey, chumming it up. Who's flying the plane? What are we doing here? I don't like it. Yet...
Autopilot, yeah.
Yet...
Autopilot.
I don't get scared.
Okay.
Because I have a thought before I get on a plane. I think I did enough in this world. If the last thing I ever did was record a podcast, I guess that's not true because I'm going to end this and then do other stuff before that.
If the last thing I did was took a shit and went to sleep.
I do think while I'm in the air, like, well, listen, I made my bed. I either get there or I don't. You ever have that thought when you get on a plane?
Yeah, I mean, I just not that lame, but
You
like
can tell him no. It's okay.
Lame.
I guess just that it's out of my hands. I definitely get very nervous in the
takeoff and the landing.
Not even the takeoff, in the lobby. What's that called? The terminal.
Lobby.
The lobby area. Like last time
lobby.
I flew, I went to the bathroom like 9 times before we left. Not an exaggeration. Maybe a bit. It was probably
Do you know the Muffin Man?
5 times before we left in like the half-hour span we were in the airport.
It's scary.
And then we got on the plane and I'm like, all right, I'm going to sleep. Just like, all right, wake me up.
It's crazy. Like when I'm up there, I couldn't be less nervous. I'm like, I'm cool.
Yeah, I'm reading
But
books.
It's just taken off that I'm like, oh, this just
Takeoff, not landing? I feel like landing would be more nerve-wracking.
Well, I think they're definitely both the most dangerous. I just think like the landing for me I let myself accept that we've done it. The takeoff feels like, and like every plane crash I've seen in a movie, it's a takeoff. Takeoff. I've never seen a plane land and be like.
That's what happened to Malaysian Flight 97.
How do you know? They never found it.
Well, it certainly didn't stick the landing.
Did I ever tell you?
Never seen a plane landing crash.
Did I tell you my airplane story when I flew?
Flight 93. I mean, literally every time a plane crashed, it was trying to land.
Most of the time. Or like the no landing gear.
Oh, that's scary.
No, I don't disagree with that, but I'm saying when I see a plane take off in a film, it's always on the takeoff because that's just scarier. Right. So I thought you actually this was all beer right here. Did I tell you when I flew into Vegas a couple times ago, my plane hit the ground and they retook off?
Was it as loud as that?
Way louder. Did I tell you this? No. We were landing into Vegas. I was like, Dad, look, there's the Raiders Stadium. Oh my God, there's the Globe. It didn't exist. Yeah, there I go again lying. And we were about to land and we went boom. And I was like, I haven't flown in a while. I guess that's a rough landing. And he went boom, right back up.
He just bounced.
Right back up. Didn't say shit.
Maybe
so now
he didn't speak English.
So now we're all like, that was weird, right, guys? We're going back up and we're now turning around. And then he gets on. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. That was hit a little bit of wind there. We're gonna try this again. Just hang tight, and we'll get you right back into Vegas.
Some of my TikTok live stream viewers bet me $100 I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. So now I'm thinking we have no landing gear. He's flying right into the Pacific. Dad, hope you can swim. And we turned around opposite way now. Can we still go on the tarmac opposite way? I guess we're gonna do it. Landed softly. And everybody clapped.
Sorry, we're supposed to go in this way.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Everybody clapped, and
that's a cheap way to get a clap.
Somebody screamed like...
That's like Saw. Like, oh, I'm going to make you kill yourself. But if you survive, you're going to thank God you're alive. It's like, that doesn't count.
That sounds more like Optimus Prime than Optimus Prime.
Do you want to play a gay game? Called I Saw Your Balls.
Okay, go on.
I wonder if there's a saw trap where they have to cut off their own penis. So you'd think they have to. There's been 10.
Why haven't they done that?
There's been 10. Well, you would think they'd have to, right?
Do you want to suck a dick?
Yeah.
All your life, you've been afraid of penises. Hope you're not afraid to cut your own off. Somebody screamed when we landed, "Vegas, baby, let it ride!" And then we all laughed. And then I was petrified to take back off on the other plane flight. That was scary. That was the only time where I actually thought that was not normal, because it wasn't. And then we looked it up, and it said every pilot has to do that like once a year. They hit some wind shear.
Has to?
Or yeah. Usually, it typically once a year, a pilot would have to do something like that.
Oh, but it's not required.
No, they could crash and we could all die. Sure.
But I mean, like, it's not like, hey, in the pilot handbook, like, okay,
once a year you get to do some cool trick. Yeah. Once a year you could freehand. Anyway, yeah. You don't get scared. Not even a little bit.
He's Stern. Daniel Stearns.
I don't think so.
What was that?
Harry! No, he's Marv from Home Alone.
Oh.
Proceed. Sorry.
No, I don't think I get scared from flying.
Don't buy it.
Flights don't have stop signs, though. Maybe this is why he likes them.
Yeah, nonstop.
You know what else they don't have? Rear view mirrors. That was a trip when I first thought about
They
it.
can't go backwards.
Yeah, I know.
So why would you have a rear view mirror in a plane?
They got side view windows.
Do they?
Yeah. You do in the audience.
Yeah, but it's not a mirror. It's a window.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what's there to look out and see?
Oh, you said rear view window.
No, I said rear view mirror.
But why would you need a mirror on a plane?
Well, you wouldn't. That's why they don't got them.
But it sounds like you're pitching them to a Legionnaire. You're like, guys, I got something for you. Mirrors.
Probably times the pilot has to see behind it.
Well,
maybe the flight attendant's moving along the drink cart and he's going...
Is that your Foley mirror sound today?
Yeah.
We got that clean. We could use that. Zip. Remember that horror we came up with that we just bailed on?
We didn't bail on it.
We Christian bailed.
We
Christian bailed on it.
Good for you. Done till October.
Yeah, I forgot about it. What was it again? Oh, I guess I don't.
It's called .mp4, which I think is a ripoff of like MPEG or something that's already exists.
Yeah, but MPEG is terrible.
A movie?
Title for a movie.
I think that movie is real. I think there's a movie called MP.
You think that movie is real?
I think that movie Israel is going to have a bad ending. He's going to bomb. Dude, it is funny. Let's make this about the war. Let's just take our audience and just split them right down the Red Sea.
I don't know anything about it, but go ahead.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I don't know anything about it either. So I'm not really on... What?
I don't follow any politics.
Yeah, like I know it's happening, but it's like I'm seeing people from high school being like, donate to Gaza, it's the least you can do. I'm like, I know you, and I know you're not smarter than me, and I know nothing about the war. So you're telling me, like, no way. You saw on Twitter, everyone says free Palestine, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, free Palestine. I'm like, it could have been just as easy for you to see that many tweets about Israel, be like, actually, free Israel. I'm like, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. And neither do I, and that's why that's as much as I'll say about it.
You know what you don't know.
At least you don't have an opinion on it.
I don't preach an opinion on it.
I was going to say, this guy not having an opinion?
I got an opinion on everything. I just turned the DMV into Bernie Sanders.
What's your opinion on the deep state?
I don't even know what that means.
Me neither. But it's an instant family.
But I like things that are deep.
And you like
swimming
states?
Pools, conversations.
You guys should take a guess on what you think that is.
That's a great idea.
The
do you know what it is?
I'm like...
He doesn't.
If I say yes, it'd
the deep state. The deep state. It's the deep state. Ready? The deep state. Ready? It is underground, not actually, but like, you know, in like those weird masks that people wear. Underground. Are we doing Halo?
Yeah.
Is that a weird mask? You talking Master Chief?
No, I'm thinking Eyes Wide Shut, but the only chant I could think of is the Halo one.
It's like an underground organization, state, meaning like it's all over the country, right? And we're deep in it, and they're bad people in the deep state.
Don't look at me, dog. I'm next.
And
hey.
Hold on.
I just thought of something inside you.
And it's political, for sure. And they are. We got to stop it.
First of all, Republican, Democrat, Independent. Colors we're wearing.
I'm not a Democrat.
No, I'm not a Republican.
No, I'm not.
Registered.
Republican.
I'm not a
registered Democrat. You are.
I should be an independent. I'm voting for
Nicolas
Cage.
His name is.
Yeah.
The deep state is Florida. It's the deepest one that we got. I don't know. I just assume whatever the Epstein shit was, it's them. Pizzagate.
I always just thought it was when people say when the president gets sworn in, the people come into the office and are like, okay, here's how things are actually run.
Bohemian Grove.
That secret.
Okay, I wasn't that far off what I said.
Yeah. Like the people that are actually running the government.
So is it state as in like the state of what, like this is the state of the union, like the state that we're in, not the physical state.
I think it's like
this is what it is right now, the situation.
The Speaker of the House. It's not really a house. No, it's like the state. Like, that's who heads this.
By the way, our votes all count the same. Think about it.
I don't know what it means. No, but it's not state as in the condition of. It's state as in, like,
it is an actual
as
place?
in government. No. Like,
It's like
state.
it's
Heads of state.
But if Jesus was Jewish, why aren't we all Jewish?
Because free Palestine.
Okay, got it. If Michael Jordan's the best ever, but we're not all Bulls fans, I'll say it. That doesn't apply to this stuff. It makes no sense. But anyway.
I mean, Hillary's the best, but I'm not going on Epstein's plane anytime soon.
Hey, don't do that. That's a slippery slope. There's a lot of people there, and there's probably people we all like.
I'm not suicidal.
So but I got it in me.
But
that's a funny thing to say to your therapist. I'm not suicidal, but I thought
But
about
I'm not
it.
a fucking coward either.
But I'll do it, because I'm not a bitch.
Yeah. There was Ari, now it's just going to be podcast talking about other podcasts. But Ari Shaffir went on Joe Rogan once and talked about
Ari Shaffir, what a
he
loser.
He was going to kill himself, and he's like, it's the bravest thing you could do. Like, think about it. And I was like, it's actually a pretty good point.
No,
like, how
wrong.
scared you'd have to be, and then how brave you'd have to be to overcome it. It's like when Bill Maher got in trouble after 9/11. He said, say what you want, but they weren't cowards. About the terrorists. So I'm like, that's actually a good point.
Sure, but why say that ever? That's my point with him, is anything he's ever said.
Everything on this podcast makes it sound like I love Bill Maher. Don't like Bill
Look
Maher.
at what he's wearing. No.
I can't wear red. Can't wear a necktie. Yep. Okay. I guess I voted.
You can't wear your red hat
George
either.
Bush. Got blue balls though.
Everything that guy's ever said in a vacuum is like,
okay,
I understand,
that's more Howard
but
Stern.
why ever say any of it out loud? When Stan Lee died, he's like, why are we mourning some guy who made children's books? How about you shut up? How about you don't say anything?
That's funny.
Why have an opinion? I guess
Meanwhile,
because
it's like Dr. Seuss. It's still Howard Stern. I can't get over it. Okay, Robin. Nope. Now that's more of Bill Maher.
it sounded like Ray Romano.
I can't do it.
People say I sound like him.
Who?
Ray Romano. Do I?
No.
Do I?
No.
Wow.
I would say Seinfeld.
But that's when I'm screaming. People say my actual.
It's pretty funny for you to be like, that's so weird. People say,
sure?
I sometimes sound like Ray Romano.
Now you're doing Kermit. People say my normal voice sounds exactly like him. Like multiple people have commented on videos, and my family says it.
Interesting. More like gay Romano. You ever think of that? Maybe that's
I actually have.
Maybe that's what they
Think about it like twice a day. That sounds like Ray Romano.
More
That
like
laugh.
gay Camano.
Write that down.
Oh, this is what I did write down yesterday. What'd you say?
T-shirt idea.
What I did write down, I told Rodni yesterday.
Stop
I was like,
pointing at me. It's impolite.
I wrote something down, but I'll save it for the pod, but it won't come up. What I did, it did come up because it was, imagine a gay porn star in the movie Honey, I Sucked My Dick, called Rick Moranis.
This is what Rick Moranis said before he got punched in the face.
It'd be funny, though. I did want to make a shirt that said, Honey, I Shrunk My Dick.
That's better than the other one.
Rodney doesn't like a shirt idea I have that has the Chick-fil-A cow holding a sign that says, Eat More Pussy. If you think that's funny and you would buy it, send me an Instagram DM.
I think the comments are going to go my way on this one. There was another thing that we talked
It can
about.
be our little secret.
Okay, I'm going to bring...
I'll sell it to you.
January 6th.
It's like I have 1,000 shirts that say.
Hold on,
Please, I'll give them away.
Natural segue to January 6th, Harrison.
Oh.
Remember?
Hey, we're 50 minutes in. Do we want to leave?
Oh, no, we're not.
Yeah, do we want to leave a...
We're 50 minutes in?
We don't have to end it this second.
He's looking at me like, I'm exhausted.
This seems like a big story if we want to, say, let's save that one for next
No.
week.
Tell him just say the sentence, and then we'll save it for next week.
I am within 1 degree of separation of... Should I say who?
No. Don't. Do you know what that means?
Like...
He knows someone who knows someone.
A friend of a friend of mine was present at the riot.
And
say what they did.
Yeah.
They made it inside.
What?
They made it inside.
No.
Inside, and was
the
person responsible for stealing Nancy Pelosi's laptop.
We'll see you next time.
So save that one for next week, folks.
Oh boy. Absolutely.
Silas, we'll let you end it off with a story. We got another 15 minutes to.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't want to
anything at all.
This will only take a minute.
Oh, is he trying to end the show?
That's how we started.
Yeah.
You want to go for another hour? I will.
Yeah. What? You don't remember the thing we do where we look into the camera? I hate it every time we do it, but I feel like now we have to.
I thought we were just gonna eventually get rid of that.
You're not gonna say anything?
Say anything? What?
I don't know. You just how you feeling?
Say anything.
Nope.
No.
John Cusack.
This is an outfit that you're wearing. Who are you wearing?
Adidas.
Did you say Adidas?
This is an Adidas.
Adidas.
Adidas. This is Miss Sir Adidas.
Adolf Dawes.
I think it was, what was that guy's name? Hugh Grant. You ever see the infamous Hugh Grant interview? Like
Where he fucked that prostitute?
on air? No. He was just
what
being,
did he do it underwater? Sorry.
He was being an asshole. And she was like, "Oh my God, what are you wearing?" And he was like, "A suit." And then they were like, we've all seen Glass Onion. He was in it in the very beginning. They're like, "Oh my God, what was it like to work with Ryan Johnson in Glass Onion?" And he was like, "I was in it for 30 seconds." Like he was just not answering any questions. And then she was like, "Oh my God, have a good night." And he goes, "Thanks," and just walks away.
That's funny.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm done.
I mean, I wish I could think of someone else to say. I've been talking the entire episode. I guess I should. If it's gonna be awkward silence, I'll apologize for the political speech I went on.
Actually, yeah. Let's have a sincere apology. Let's just get out in front of it.
Look, when I
wait. Look into this camera. Turn fully. This is what we'll end on. I'm done.
Earlier on episode 4 of This Will Only Take a Minute, a show. Not only did I come up with the intro for. I can't look at my friends here; they're making me laugh.
Try to start crying.
Not only a show that I take seriously and I enjoy working on every week.
Get there.
But one that I am an executive producer on.
Mm-hmm. Emotion.
After having to
too much
make. Having to make relations with Rodni Laborde to earn a role as executive producer on this show.
I did not have sexual relations with Harrison Bringer.
What my point is trying to say is, earlier in this episode, I made a joke about how the DMV is like socialism, and I'm just worried that if Bernie Sanders wins and
bring it home now.
The scary people take control of the government, that they'll come for me, and I want you to know that I didn't mean that. I didn't mean what I said.
Jordan, no, Jordan.
Sorry.
That's what happens when he gets. He's about to have a seizure. He goes into Jordan Peterson. So we got to stop.
I only know how to cry because of Jordan Peterson, so now when I fake cry, it's just me doing an imitation.
It's like, when people say, like, to get into an impersonation, you have to, like, for Arnold, it's come on, you have to say come on. Or for Trump, it's frankly. For you to cry in command, you have to do Jordan Peterson.
So first you got to clean your bloody room. Okay? Yeah, that's funny. All right. Is that it? Are we done?
I think we're done. Bye. Love you.
Hasta luego.
Goodbye.